I'm Corbett Wall with DVAuction, here with your feeder flash for Friday, October the 4th, brought to you in part by To Leave by Norbrook. Unbreakable news, this affordable alternative to Draxxin delivers the same fast and long-acting, broad-spectrum activity you expect from a tulathromycin injection, exclusively in plastic packaging, so you don't have to worry so much about product loss. For more information, go to norbrook.com. Also, Unionville Livestock Market in north central Missouri and Creston Livestock Market in south central Iowa. This Tuesday, October the 8th, Unionville is having a special calf and yearling sale, including in the consignments is Tom Klingner. He's got 85 fancy black 5-weight calves. Terry Spence has got 80 fancy red Angus 5-weight calves. Be a good sale throughout there. Check that sale out this coming Tuesday. Creston Livestock Market, they had their big special this past Wednesday. The Weiss Farm sold 68 steers, weight 819 at $263. They are going to have regular sales throughout October on Friday. Their next Wednesday special is going to be November the 6th. Reporting under question. Now we've heard about some pretty impressive quotes that have sold in your fat cattle arena this week, at mid part of the week there, and then they don't show up on the USDA market reports. That is a big deal that's going on now. The little handful of cattle that sell in a negotiated trade market there, if the quotes are very high, they don't want them reported because they don't want that to influence your weighted averages, which set the base price for all your big formulas. Just a few weeks ago, we heard about the trade in the Southern Plains, and heard in the trade that in fact all the cattle ended up bringing $1 more than that, but they were not, that extra dollar was not reported. Now, I'd heard confirmation on that from several people throughout the trade. That is rotten if that's what's going on. Well, this week here, this past Wednesday, I hear of cattle that sold in Iowa at 190 FOB. Talked to the man that did the deal, swore up and down it was a straight FOB trade. The reports don't show up on the USDA market report. Now, also heard on Thursday that we sold some cattle in Nebraska at $300 dressed, a big long slug of them, 1,400 of them. They did not show up on the report. Maybe it happened after the 2 o'clock deadline for packers. The packers enter that information into a database. Maybe sometimes they're just a little bit lax of putting that information in, not really wanting to get that reported if it's a higher price. But that's very important that stuff gets reported. Now, they do have the ARC branch, Audit, Review, and Compliance, with mandatory price reporting. They're supposed to be in there checking on that stuff. Not sure if they're keen enough to pick up on those kinds of things or not, but we definitely need fair reporting, especially when we're not selling very many cattle in a negotiated manner. Those quotes need to be verified, and they need to be real, and we need to be getting that stuff reported right. And if I was a big corporate feeder and I had all my cattle sold on a formula, and I knew that base price was going to be coming off of those weighted averages, and they were lower than what they should have been because there were some prices that didn't get reported, I'd be kind of pissed there at my partner, the big packer there. But tell you what, guys, we've got to get that stuff right. Our board come down a little bit on Thursday, and it was up mostly for the week, and we were impressed with the quotes that were being put on there. If you guys are thinking about an LRP on some calves that you're going to sell later this fall or maybe next spring, go to Livestock Risk Services with Dakota Moss and all these agents that are listed. You can get a hold of any of them and take advantage of some of those improved price quotes there for a strike price out in front, guys. They are your LRP specialists. And for more information, go to livestockriskservices.com. Let's talk about your board on Thursday. October live cattle down 142 at 186 smooth. Now it's amazing how they can just make that board just completely square up, 186. And that's the price for the little dab of trade that we've seen so far in Texas. And we know that the Southern Plains market influences your board more than anything, but there's only been 400 sell that way. So, you know, it's kind of it's kind of questioning how they did that. But that's still, that's why a lot of people call it the Southern Plains livestock live cattle futures there on your CME. October feeder cattle down 75 cents at 248.97. November down 42 cents at 248.12. Your back months up 22 cents to up 72. Your grains, December corn continues to go up here, and I'm not sure if it has anything to do with the port strikes, which late on Thursday they're saying that they may have come to some kind of agreement or something, but we haven't heard that it's over yet. But December corn on Thursday was up 3.5 cents a bushel at 432.5. November beans down 1.25 cents a bushel at 10.56. Kansas City hard red winter wheat has seen a big spike this week, and on Thursday the December quote was up 21 cents at 6.19 already, and it has gained a bunch here just in the last several sessions. Let's talk about your fat cattle trade, brought to you by Legacy Beef Cooperative. That cooperative is going to own a 20% share in Cattleman's Heritage Beef Plant going up near Council Bluffs, Iowa, guys. If you want to get in that, each share you buy gives you the right to bring one head of cattle in there, and then the prices are going to be based off the dressed market. Talk about your sales in Iowa. We didn't actually see any direct trade on Thursday before 2 o'clock. Like I said, I heard of some trade, but it didn't get quoted before 2 o'clock, so until it gets confirmed, I guess it really didn't happen, or we're not going to see the results of it. But your board was down on Thursday, so packers tightened back up. Most of the show lists in the Northern Plains were at 190 because everybody knew that we had some cattle sell at 190 on Wednesday, even though they didn't get reported. And it did go to a regional, but that makes no difference. But we didn't see any direct trade out of any of your 4 out of 5 areas that we get information from. But we did have a little bit more trade on Wednesday than we thought that came in on late Wednesday on the PM sales. No trade in Iowa on Thursday before 2 o'clock. They've got 1,650 reported, which is nothing. But on Wednesday, all we saw was the 187. We didn't see the 188. We didn't see the 190. We did see the $300 dressed in Iowa on Wednesday. Nebraska didn't have any sales on Thursday. Confirmed they only had 300 for the week, and on Wednesday we did see some 296 dressed, but like I said, heard of a big long string that sold on Thursday at $300. Kansas, no trade on Thursday. They only had 400 head marked on Wednesday. It was at only 185 and 295 dressed. But Texas, although they didn't have any confirmed sales on Thursday, on Wednesday they had 400 head, and it was all at 186. And we believe that is the market in the Southern Plains at 186, and that would be a buck higher. Box beef cutout values were down, but not big on Thursday. Choice cuts were down 1 penny per hundredweight at $299.80. Selects down 64 cents at $283.29. Your slaughter, 491,000 through the first 4 days of the week. That was 4,000 more than last week and 8,000 less than the same week a year ago. Your actual slaughter information come back for the week ending September 21st, and these actual dressed steer carcass weights continue to climb. 948 pounds now, and that was 3 pounds higher than the previous report, another all-time record, and 30 pounds bigger than the same report a year ago. Talk about what else is going on. Green River posts since 1987, pressure treated, southern pine right there. They have 25 years guarantee on those posts. If you need to build a lot of fence, you want to get a hold of them at Green River Post. They will deliver anywhere in the U.S., and the first 200 miles is free. For more information, go to greenriverpost.com. Talk about your feeder cattle market, your real-time index on DVAuction based on a 800-pound steer, auction steer, running from 700 all the way up to 899. The weighted average on that late on Thursday is sitting at 248.22. That was down 34 cents. It had gained quite a bit of ground this week. Latest CME cash feeder cattle index 248.25, just 3 cents per hundredweight from your RTI. Big sales coming up here on Friday. My buddy Justin Tupper's got a big sale at St. Ange, South Dakota. Going to have a couple hundred fancy bred cows from a couple dispersals there, 1,500 yearlings, and then 2,800 calves to follow, and the quality will be outstanding on that. Go up there, Rich Robertson and Alicia in Crawford, Nebraska, at Crawford Livestock. They've got nearly 6,000 head consigned for their Friday sale here. Be a lot of fancy calves on that. Both of those sales you can find on DVAuction.com. Call the sale barn and tell them you want to bid on DV Auction. They'll get you approved for those sales. And I'm hoping to see Rich and Justin at the Freedom Rally in Rapid City, South Dakota on Monday. Talk about your big sales on Thursday. Winter Livestock in Pratt, Kansas sold 2,000 head. The market reporter was a little confused on there. They called the steers unevenly steady. They called a lot of the heifers $2 to $6 lower, but they said the best consignments, the ones that had the quality and the good condition, sold $5 to $10 higher. I thought those would be the ones they're calling the market off of, but apparently not. But still a pretty impressive sale at Pratt. They sold 62 steers, weighed 835 at $256.75, and that's a top quote, guys, especially in the Southern Plains. How about Bluegrass Stockyard South in Stanford, Kentucky? Now that's a ways out there, guys. Through the ring, they sell 59 steers, weigh 890 pounds at $244.90. Big price coming from the east, guys. How about one of our newest broadcasting barns at Napoleon, North Dakota? Napoleon Livestock sold 57 steers, weighed 509 pounds at $325.50. How about Belle Fourche Livestock Market in Belle Fourche, South Dakota? They sell 50 little fancy steers, weighed 440 pounds at $3.50 a pound. Farmers and Ranchers Livestock in Salina, Kansas sells 60 steers, weighed 902 at $257.50. But the most impressive quote that I saw anywhere on Thursday in your Macrocin, no BS, top quote for the day, come out of Mitchell Livestock Marketing in Mitchell, South Dakota. My buddy Jared Herman there, he was proud of this quote. He got a consignment in there of 10 loads of big yearling steers there. They'd had some silage, but not a lot of grain and no implants. Those 10 loads weighed from 1167 to 1183 and not much flesh on them, guys. And they sold with a price of $218.85 for all 10 loads. Pretty impressive there. And that's your feeder flash for Friday.